In this video I will tell you the absolute easiest way to quit any addiction you can think of. Whether it's doom scrolling on social media, playing too many video games, watching porn or binge eating junk food, this video is for you. For me, my worst addictions have been social media and video games. 4 years ago during the lockdown I was just so down bad that I stared into my computer for 10 plus hours a day. I usually just played Roblox or Minecraft or just scrolled on Instagram Reels. I was also endlessly searching and clicking on YouTube videos that would help me beat my addictions. You know, I searched for things like how to beat procrastination or how to be more productive. But none of these videos actually helped me because firstly, the information in those videos was quite frankly bullshit. And also I was just trying to convince myself that I was productive by watching those videos. And ironically, the more I binge watched those videos, the worse my life actually got. And even though this happened during the pandemic, I didn't stop after the pandemic because I was just so addicted. And when schools reopened, I would just daydream and anxiously hope to get back home to play more video games and endlessly sit in my computer chair. However, it all changed when one of my friends introduced me to a book called Atomic Habits. I read this book, applied the things it taught me, and my life changed forever. I started working out, reading, meditating, and even though I haven't always been fully consistent in those things, it has still brought me an amazing life. So I will tell you 4 principles I learned from this book that actually helped me quit these habits and bad addictions. Stick around because the last principle is so important that it could literally turn your life around in a week. I'm not kidding, bro. The first principle to quit any addiction is to make the addiction invisible. By that I mean remove anything from your environment that reminds you of the addiction or makes it clearly visible. Some people might think that self-control or willpower is the thing that cures you from your bad addictions. However, typically the least addicted people also use willpower the least. The secret, or the thing that separates them from us, is actually a disciplined environment. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're addicted to subconsciously opening your phone and scrolling on TikTok. However, your initial goal was simply to work without any distractions. Instead of putting your phone on the table and trying very hard not to touch it, you could just leave it in another room so the phone isn't even visible to you and you can spend your valuable time working without distractions. The second principle to quit any addiction is to make the addiction as unattractive and as ugly as possible. Like when I first tried to quit these habits, I couldn't because I was simply stuck. But I realized that the cause of this was that the habits just seemed so attractive I couldn't resist them, so I had to change my mindset. The way you make these bad habits as unattractive as possible is that you just highlight the bad things about the habits and write them down. At least that's what I did. If you wanna quit video games, for example, you could write down that video games take away time from your day when you could be working on your business and actually achieving financial freedom. Or you could say that because of video games you're sitting down most of the day, so you'll gain weight and never actually achieve your dream physique. Even though reframing your mindset and writing down these things might seem completely useless, it's actually really important because your mind basically controls everything you do. The third thing to stop any addiction is to make the addiction very difficult to do. Your goal here is to make the bad habit so hard to do that you would just rather not do it. The way you make the addiction as difficult as possible is by creating a commitment device. A commitment device is basically a choice you will make right now in the present that in the future will bind you to your good habits and restrict you from the bad ones. You simply need to do something that makes it impossible to stay away from the good habits while also making the bad habits super difficult to do. For example, when I wanted to quit video games, I didn't only delete video games from my PC, I also deleted Steam, you know, the video game platform. And because I didn't have Steam and couldn't even download any games, the easiest thing for me was just to quit these games. This is just one example, so I'll put a list on the screen now of some more one-time actions you could do to quit these habits. By the way, I got this list from the book if you're wondering. The fourth law to quit any bad habit is to make it immediately unsatisfying. Basically, our goal is to make the habit so that every time you do it, it becomes really painful, but not literally, of course. You make it painful by creating a habit contract with an accountability partner. A habit contract is basically you saying every day that I will do these particular habits, and if I don't do them, I will give money to my accountability partner. Your accountability partner can be a family member, a friend, or just someone you trust basically. Of course, you don't have to create a full-blown contract, however, you still should have an accountability partner. For example, if your phone distracts you from studying, you could give it to your mom or dad and tell them to not give it back before you've done your homework. Even though this step is a bit harder to do than the other ones, it genuinely makes it so easy to quit basically any addiction. Just be honest and open and find an accountability partner and your life will get so much easier, bro. So take action, I believe in you, bro. If you wanna see more, click on this video and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one.